Good morning, Ja. I hate to say it, but it is pouring outside. I don't think we're going to get much done for you today. You don't like the rain and doesn't look like it's going to let up, so I'm going to go vlog without you if you don't mind. Say hi to everybody. Maybe we'll catch you at the end of the day. Hello, everyone. Don't worry. We're not going to let the rain deter us. We're actually going to do something that I think will be pretty cool, actually. We're going to head out to Mountain View Mausoleum. Yeah, I know, it's a mausoleum, but we're not actually going to do a cemetery vlog, per se. We're going to do something a little different, and it has to do with Rod Serling's The Twilight Zone. Daze with Jordan the Lion begins now. I felt the rains in Los Angeles. You know, it's times like this that I'm glad that I just got new brakes in the front and the back and replaced those tires. I definitely probably should not have attempted this vlog today. Weather's pretty bad, but we made it to Altadena. We're pretty much there, and I haven't been here since my old nighttime delivery job days. Here it is. And before you ask, no, I'm not out of my mind coming out and doing this in the rain. It's just that it's only available on the weekends for like a month, so we had to come out and do it today. Incidentally, I believe that George Reeves' Superman is also buried at this same cemetery. Well, I have entered, and they're saying that they have some, I believe online it said anyway, that they have original props from the TV show as well as art and a whole walkthrough experience. Wow, I've never been here before. This is pretty cool. When I arrived, they told me just to hang out for a little bit because the gallery show itself is being blocked right now because of a filming production. While we're waiting, why don't we go check out the Chapel of the Gardens? Alright, I think we're ready. Let's start and check it out. Very cool. Oh, these are great. Now they told me just to follow the signs. I see another one down there, so let's go. Oh, wow. You can hear they're still filming the movie. Kind of crazy. Oh, these are great. Like a snowy night outside of a window. Oh, that is great. Look at that. Oh, look at the details. Yeah, you really got to come see this in person. It's way cooler in person. See the moon in the mask. Oh, Joan Crawford. Well, unfortunately, they won't let me take any photos at all in there. So instead of vlogging this, we're gonna go out and we're gonna find George Reeves' final resting place, Superman. We'll roll with it. Oh, bummer. You know, it happens, but I wish I wouldn't have driven 40 minutes in a horrible rainstorm to get turned away. I wish they would have published online that they weren't doing photos. So the name of the cemetery is correct, but to actually find him, he's at a different mausoleum about 2-minute drive away. So this is the one we're looking for. Here we are, here's the Pasadena Mausoleum. Let's see if we can find him. Well, here he is, right here in this little box are his ashes, George Reeves. Now George Reeves, I mean, I know him not only from the Adventures of Superman, because I watched Nick at Night growing up. He was Superman for 5 or 6 years, but he was also in Gone with the Wind. Now what's interesting about him is he didn't even want to be this character. He didn't want to take this role because he thought that doing television was kind of lowbrow compared to movies, and was actually really shocked when it became a hit. But they said what was kind of cool, what I loved about it, was that once it started kind of catching on and became a hit, he decided to basically try and embody Superman, at least in the public. He tried to, if he was going out in public, he would never smoke cigarettes. He would not go out with his girlfriends just in case any kids would see him, things like that. Now I'll go more into depth about him because he's got a very fascinating death, and all I'll tell you is that it was ruled a suicide, but many, including his mother, never believed it was a suicide. He was engaged to be married a few days after when he actually was found dead, but he apparently had a long-time affair with the wife of Eddie Mannix, who was high up at MGM, and a lot of people believe that that relationship that George Reeves was having was what ultimately led to him being, well, he was found dead. A lot of people don't believe that it was a suicide, let's put it that way. Now here you can see he passed away in 1959, and the middle name was actually his real name. George Basolo Reeves. The Reeves was not his real last name. And right here next to it is his mother, Helen Basolo, who died just a few years after him. I mean, it's a really sad story because it's been investigated, but it's never been investigated any further by the police. And a lot of that's because back in those days when you were contracted to a studio, that studio had fixers, and they had people that were brought in to cover up things like this. And so a lot of people believe that this was another one of those instances where a murder was swept under the rug and just basically forgotten about. George Reeves did act after Superman went off the air. He wasn't one of those people that couldn't get another role, but it was a lot harder. I mean, he was Superman, and so he was a little bit typecast there, but he did make a few other movies and television shows before he passed. So we didn't get to see the Twilight Zone exhibit today, but we did get to visit Superman. And one of the interesting bits of history that I was able to read is that the woman that George Reeves was apparently having an affair with, he was actually going with her just like 5 or 6 months before he was engaged to his fiancée Lenore. But the woman's name was Tony Lanier, or Tony Lanier, and they say that when he broke up with her, she just was really upset and never got over it. And Eddie Mannix apparently knew about this relationship, they say, and was okay with it, but he didn't like the fact that his wife had gotten upset, and so that's kind of what they believe happened, was that he put the fix in. But they said also that Tony, the wife of Eddie Mannix, never got over George Reeves' death, and actually basically considered him the love of her life. Rest in peace, Superman. I guess much like the mailman, no weather conditions can stop me, right? We had to vlog, we had to. Alright, I just popped in to get something to eat at this Jim's Burgers. Check it out. So this is basically where we're at right now. I just ordered a street hot dog, which is basically with like peppers and onions and all that stuff on there. Whoa, check it out, it's even on the Hawaiian roll bread. This thing's pretty stellar. It's probably one of the best ones I've ever had, actually. Yeah, that thing was stellar. Man. Thank you, Jim's. That was a great meal. Alright, gang. Well, today didn't turn out quite like I thought. I thought we were going to have a whole Twilight Zone art vlog, and instead we have Superman. Wasn't exactly what I planned, but, you know, you just go with the flow. So, I actually have plans the rest of the day, some personal life stuff. So I will talk to you all tomorrow. Have a great night. We'll see you all then. Good night.